You've been there, I've been there. If you've done enough projects, at some point you've had a misunderstanding, you've had an argument where they thought one thing, you thought another, and then it turned into a thing that none of you wanted. Well, today on Contractor Fight TV, we're going to talk about a few ways of how to avoid having stupid and foolish argumentos with your clients. Let's go. All right, before we get into this today, I have a disclaimer. What I'm about to share with you is not 100% a guarantee that you will never have a misunderstanding with a client because, quite frankly, we're human beings. And sometimes we still drop the ball. Sometimes shit just happens the way it happens. And sometimes, quite frankly, you're working with a pain-in-the-ass customer that no matter what you do, ain't gonna work out. There's always gonna be some sort of friction. But the things I'm gonna talk about here, I think there's about 3 things I'm gonna go through here today that will help you, if nothing else, minimize the chances of you having some stupid and meaningless friction between you and your clients, you guys. All right, and the first is this. This is probably the most common thing. This is the first thing that came to my mind. I see this a lot. In fact, when our Conquest coaching program, it's our one-on-one coaching program where I go to somebody's business for a couple days or they come here to me in Colorado and we work together. This, I don't care if it's a brand new company, if it's a bigger company, whatever it is, everybody I've ever worked with, 80% of them struggle with this one thing. And they don't do it as good as they could, and that is having clear scopes of work in their contracts with their customers. Your contract, your scope of work is what are we doing, okay? It should include what are we doing. You don't just say paint the room. That's open to interpretation. You got to spell out what we are painting, what we are not painting, what we are moving, what we are not moving, what are we fixing, not fixing, what are we responsible for, what are we not responsible for. Okay, hopefully that makes sense, but so many arguments that you have with your clients are the result of this one little thing that you don't have it just spelled out. If you're going to move the furniture, then put in there you're going to move the furniture. If you're not, then put in there it's not included. Whatever the thing is for you, you have to be crystal clear on what is and what is not included. And some of you right now are going, well, that takes a lot of time, Tom. Well, do you like fucking making money? Do you like having really happy customers that tell people about how great the experience was with you? All right, then spend some fucking time and do that. All right, there's plenty of softwares out there to help you do estimating where you got templates of things that are included and not included. There's no excuse not to have this shit dialed in before you go out there and work with a client. One secret weapon line that we used to put in all of our proposals, I encourage you guys to do the same, is anything not specifically mentioned above is not included. Then, when you're signing the contract, because I know all of you are always doing projects with a signed contract and a deposit, hopefully, right? You go through it and go, hey, in this area of the house, we're doing this. In the kitchen, this is what's happening. This is the kind of countertops we're putting in. Here's the selections, blah, 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 down the line, and you check the box and you both initial it, okay? That is playing good defense. It's getting everyone on the same page. So take the time when you get the signed contract to go over that stuff. Number 2, second thing, guys, is the pre-game visit. And this is usually something that you do a week or so before the project starts, sometime, depending on the size of the project, it might be several weeks before. Take some time, whoever sold the job and estimated the job, whoever's going to run the job, go out there and spend 20, 30 minutes, an hour, whatever it takes to go through the whole scope of the project with the customer. Walk the job. Okay, ask some questions, create a daily plan, loop the client in on how this is going to go. Set expectations. Hey, I just want to let you know the first couple days that we're here, it's really not going to look like we're doing much because it's just a lot of prep work. But on days 3 and 4, this is all going to come together. Guys, you're planting these seeds and you're building trust with them that you know what the hell you're doing. All right, when you take that time to go out there, it reduces the stress and anxiety that the customer has. It reduces the stress and anxiety that your crew has about the clear scope, right? Everybody's got to be on the same page. And this is also a time, one of my business partners calls this meeting in his company, transfer the trust, where he takes the project, he transfers the trust of the project to his foreman in front of and with the customer, and now makes him, the foreman, the point of contact for the customer, and now they have a great relationship. He's transferring the trust of the job, and now it's in his hands, and they communicate and all that. Third thing I'm going to touch on here today, guys, that will help you not have these stupid arguments that get nowhere, just cause a bunch of problems, and they keep you from getting paid and yada, yada, all right, is have a daily update. Do a daily update with your clients and with your office. If you got multiple crews, everybody should be in the loop. Where are we at the end of each day? What's the plan for the next day? Are we on track to finish? Are we staying on scope of work? Okay, again, this builds trust because there's no surprises for people. Most contractors, and we've all been there, I've been guilty of this, you get to the end of the job, you drop the ball in the updates and the expectations, and then there was some scope creep, you got a verbal commitment on additional work, and now they don't want to pay it because there wasn't a signature and all that other bullshit. Guys, this stuff is avoidable, okay? And this is all based in the things that people hate the most about contractors, right? They don't communicate well. We don't know what's going on, when they're coming and going. They don't do what they say they're going to do, and then they nickel and dime me at the end of the fucking project. Okay? This shit's all preventable, and this is your secret weapon of delivering a better experience than all the competitors in your area. Okay? So those daily updates, okay? Again, you transfer the trust to your foreman. He should be going and giving those updates to the customer. It could be a text, an email, a phone call. You could have a Google Drive sheet that everybody has access to, and he just updates it for 5 minutes at the end of the day when he gets in the van on his tablet. Okay? Guys, most of the arguments that we have with customers can be traced back to the origin of not setting proper expectations about the things here that we talked about today. Like I said before, every issue cannot be avoided, but when you implement these 3 things, I promise you, you're going to have way less issues with your clients. It's going to be a greater experience for them and something that they're going to brag to others about how great it was working with you and your company. I appreciate you guys hanging out with us today. If you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe thing. Share this with another contractor. You guys rock. I got to roll. We'll see you next time.